Hello, welcome to Somerset News Network. I've started making a list of things why you might like to sign the petition for a general election. Now, I have already said I don't think it's going to happen, but we've got to let the government know we're not happy with what they are doing. I had 17 on the list, little items. I've now gone up to 25, and it's now heading to 30. And every time the government do something, it's something else to add to the list. There's another sting in the tail for the pensioners. The ladies that retired when they changed the retirement age from 60 to 65, the Conservative and the Labour government parties said before the election that they would honour the government review and give them compensation for the pension they missed out on. Now it's called WASP, W-A-S-P-I. And the Labour government, after saying that they would honour it up to the election so people would vote for them, have rescinded and say they can't afford it. So, they're going on about this black hole of money. Well, the government's always had a black hole of money. I can't remember a government that wasn't in debt. If I went in debt, I'd lose my home. Or I'd be in prison. These politicians, they put the country in debt and nothing happens. It just ain't right. They're going to ban local election, another thing to put on the list, to sign the petition. How can you be a democracy if you cancel elections? That's banana state stuff. This is communism, Marxism. If you're in an area and they're going to cancel your election, just scream and shout. It's time to take to the streets. First thing to do, write to your MP. Not an email, write, nice little write. If you can't write, and your writing's absolutely terrible, then yeah, do an email. But if you do an email, you just get a copy and paste letter back and it don't mean nothing. If you write to him, he has to write back under the ministerial code. So if you've got an MP in your area, write to him personally. Even lie and say you voted for him last time, even if you didn't. And say, no way could you ever vote Labour again in your life. It's the only way that they think. Fishing. Looks like Starmer's gone to Europe and going to let the fishermen in again. What about our fishermen? They've devastated our fishing industry. Quite enough to make you cross, isn't it? Hello? We got our glorious Prime Minister, Mr. Starmer, flying all over the world. Yeah, I know he's got to do some meetings, but he's making a jolly of it, isn't he? Now, question. What's his carbon footprint and what's he doing to offset his carbon footprint because he's flying all over the place? Just a question. Just thought I'd ask. As we're asking questions, how many of the front bench Labour Party drive electric cars? Oh, just interested. They're forcing it on us. How many of them have got electric cars? Think about it. I don't know the answer. If anybody knows the answer, put it in the comments down below. The other thing is, how many MPs' homes have solar panels on the roof like I've got? I've seen photographs of MPs' homes, 2 Labour MPs. Won't name them now, I'm working on it. And they got no solar panels. Yeah, but Ed Miliband is talking about 1 million new solar panels being planted all over the country. Well, you can't feed the people on solar panels. You also need the land to produce food so that we can survive. Anyway, that's my little rant for that one over. Now we come to a subject that got me a 4-month police investigation for a Facebook comment. DEI. Diversity, equity, inclusion. It's absolute disaster. It's not a question of who is the best person for the job. It's a question, do they tick all the boxes? You might have somebody that's absolutely going to be brilliant in the job, but they would be overlooked for somebody who's not as good but ticks all the boxes for DEI. I think it's wrong. I think it's divisive. I think it's going to dumb down the country because you're not going to get the best person for the job in. I don't care if somebody is white, black or green. It's the character of the person and their ability to do the job. Now, I worked for the civil service for 6 years. And we had Sikhs, Hindus, Muslims, Afro-Caribbeans, and of course white people. And we all worked well together. There was no problems whatsoever. But you bring in DEI, and the white guy's not going to get the job because he ain't ticking the boxes. I just think it's wrong. I just think it's actually creating division within society, not bringing society together. You know, they say they want inclusion, but it divides people. I think we really got to think on that one. I've come up with something that's going to get me away from the censorship on some items. When somebody's spouting off an absolute load of rubbish, it's now MCE. Oh, Ian, what is MCC? I hear you ask. MCC is male cattle extract, commonly known as BS. So if you see me say MCE, it's male cattle extract. Just put it out there. You know, I don't like bad language, but sometimes things have got to be said, but you say it in a slightly different way so we all know what we're talking about. So MCE is male cattle extract, BS for short.